Hey there, survivors. How's it going? I'm your host, Douglas here at Drownboy Productions, bringing you another Trick or Treat Studios mask review. And today we're going to be continuing our journey of taking a look at many different Trick or Treat Studios products this season by taking a look at something that is currently discontinued. This is something that came out a couple of years ago, and at the moment at least, it is currently discontinued from the website. But it is still something I'm very excited to have here in the collection, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at it anyway. As you may can tell, I'm a huge fan of R.L. Stine, and of course Goosebumps is the golden child. We all love Goosebumps. But I also am a fan of his other works, including the Fear Street series. I did grow up reading those books, and of course whenever I saw we were getting a movie or a trilogy, I was very excited for that. I have watched it, I love it. I know personally some people have some issues with it, and I do have a few issues as well, in particular with like some of the music choices and just like repetitive music drops, especially in that first film. It gets a little grating, but today we're not talking about something from the first film, we're talking about something from Fear Street 1978, or Fear Street Part 2. Today I'm excited to share with you all, from Fear Street Part 2, the Camp Nightwing Killer Mask. This thing is pretty freaking awesome. Immediately, I know what a lot of you are thinking if for whatever reason you haven't seen this before. It looks a lot like the Part 2 Jason Sack mask, and that is definitely intentional. Of course, 1978, 70s, 80s, it's the age of the slasher, and of course that's what this movie is kind of supposed to represent here. And this is your quintessential Jason Voorhees style slasher. I won't reveal the identity of the actual killer just in case, but if you haven't seen this movie, go ahead and check it out, or just check out the full trilogy. I strongly recommend watching all three if you're going to watch them at all. But 78, more or less, is your typical fun camp slasher movie, and this is a pretty awesome take on a baghead mask. How the transition happens in the film from fabric being wrapped over the killer's face to turning into a mask does look a little odd, but the overall end result is really cool. The original masks for the film were created by Christopher Nelson, and I do believe these were made off of a screen-use mask. Of course, the screen-use masks were fabric, whereas these are completely just latex cast full overhead masks with a slit in the back. But for what it is, it really captures the look of burlap really well. There are a few areas where some of the texture is lost or worn down, but overall, for it to be a latex mask, it looks pretty damn nice. And yet again, with any Trick or Treat Studios mask, if you wanted to do some paint touch-ups in areas, you obviously could, but overall, this is one of those masks that really looks pretty much perfect right off the shelf. And I bet looking at this thing you wonder, how do you see or breathe out of it? And it's definitely going to be limited, but they do have some tiny little holes punched here in between the fabric and the eyes, so you can see out of that. And for the nose, there are two small holes over here on either side of the nostrils, and nothing really for the mouth. So I would imagine if you're wearing this long term for cosplay, it might be a little uncomfortable, definitely limited visibility, but it is a pretty easy cosplay to put together. If you can just get the shirt, the jacket, and one of these masks, you're pretty much good to go. Now, typically in these reviews, I like to read the excerpt from the website talking a bit more about these masks, but unfortunately, since it's no longer available on Trick or Treat Studios' website, there is no write-up for me to read you all. But my overall review of it is it looks to be a really, really cool mask, even if it has no connection to Fear Street, just as a Scarecrow-style mask or a Baghead Jason mask. If you really wanted it to be more of like a remake-style look, you could kind of make this work, but for a piece from Fear Street, I believe it is, yet again, a screen-use mold or made off of one of the screen-use masks style pieces. And when it comes to anything like that, if you can pick up one of those for like 60, 70 bucks, I think that is a fantastic deal. And for a full overhead mask, this thing is definitely worth it. I'm definitely excited to add it to the collection, and I hope you all are excited to see another Fear Street review, because we have another one coming very soon. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.